Hey guys, watch me turn you from a basic designer to a professional. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my special tip that will elevate your sewing, cutting and finishing skills. Yeah, you heard me right, from a basic to a professional. So if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so you don't miss out on this secret. So in today's video, I'll be teaching us how to achieve this special Bubu gown with ruffle designs at the size and at the neckline. This is like a one-sided off-shoulder dress and it has an inner belt in it. So if you're interested in this kind of video, please hit on the like and subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this, because in this video I'll be teaching us how to achieve a neat finishing without lining, without weaving, without piping, just professionalism at work. So stay tuned and let's dive into the tutorial. To achieve this dress, I made use of half pack of Ankara fabric, that is about 2.5 yards of Ankara fabric, and I made use of 4 yards of this organza fabric. So I'm just going to go ahead to fold my Ankara fabric like this. So because this Ankara fabric is actually short in the length, I've just gone ahead to fold it into 4, and then this excess material that we have here, I'm going to cut it out so that I can add it to the lower end so that my Ankara can be long. You know, the Ankara fabric is now by 45, so my length is about 58 inches, and so I'm going to just measure out what I have here so that I'll ensure that it is enough. So from here, I'm just going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurements divided by 2, which is 7.5, and then from that point I'm just going to calculate what I have there, if it's enough to form my cut together sleeve. So what I have there is 11 inches, which is manageable, and then like I said, my length is actually shortened. What I have there is 45 inches and I want about 58 inches. So just look at the way I cut it if you're using an Ankara fabric like me, but if not, just go ahead and cut out the length that you've been using and then the width that you want according to how long you want your sleeve, cut together sleeve, to be. So I've gone ahead to cut out that part that I'm using to join the fabric. So this is what I have for me. So if you're on the smaller size, you can go ahead to do the same thing. Even if you're on the bigger size, you can also do the same thing if you're having this shortage of materials like me. So I'm just going to open it up and then sew it together. So I'm going to be teaching us how to achieve this neatly without needing to weave it and without any strand of thread coming out. So over to the sewing machine, I've gone ahead to place the two pieces together and I'm sewing at the front, that's at the right side, the wrong side facing each other. So first of all, sew at the front, but while sewing, use just 1/4 of an inch. Use 1/4 of an inch. Don't make your stitches in front to be too much. Just follow what I'm doing and you're going to understand it and get it. Don't worry. So after doing that, this is what we have. I've gone ahead to open it up and this is the front side. We're then going to turn it over to the back and we're going to fold it. So remember I said we should use 1/4 of an inch in the front. So at the back, we're going to be using ×2 of what we used at the front. That is why I wanted the back to be very tiny so that we don't end up using a lot of materials for this style. So I'm just going to sew it down like that. Ensure that you push the other stitch away and your stitch is bigger than what you use in front. If not, it's going to be coming out in front. If yours is too big, you can go ahead to trim it before you then stitch at the back. So this is the way the back is looking, no removal of thread, and look at the way the front is looking. So neat, so neat. So with this method, you don't need to pipe, you don't need to weave, you don't need to do anything. This is just very neat finishing without any strands of thread coming out. So I've gone ahead to join it at the lower end like this, and I'm just going to fold it into 4 equal parts so I can get my bubu. So do you see where I joined it? Do you see the way the back is looking neat without any hairs coming out, looking like I piped it but I didn't? So the next thing I'm going to do is to get my tape to measure it out to see if my extension is enough, which it should be. So it gave me about 54 inches and it's actually enough because I'm going to add my organza to it, which will be about 5 inches extra, and so that should be enough for what I want to achieve. So next up, I'm just going to get the part with the complete fold. So I'm going to be using this other side like this, the part that doesn't have a division. So that is what I'm going to be using as my starting line. So I'm going to get my shoulder to shoulder measurements divided by 2, and I'm going to mark it out there, which is 7.5 in my own case. And from that point, I'm going to get the length I want for my sleeve. So like we already did, we're getting everything. So I'm coming down by 1.5 inches for my shoulder slope, and then from that point I'm going to make a slant. But before I do so, I'm going to get my neck measurements. I'll be using the standard, which is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Then I'm going to make a curve like that for my neck curve. Do you understand? Then for my neck width like that, I'm just going to connect it to get that shoulder slope. After that, I'm going to be cutting the off shoulder side of this neck together. So I'm just going to make a slight curve, like from 2 inches away from the shoulder to shoulder measurements. So just look at what I'm doing and you're going to understand. I'm using 2 inches because I want this to come down very well. So just take 1.5 inch if you want, or 2 inches away from your shoulder to shoulder measurements. So do you see what I have there? So I'm just going to go ahead to cut this out. I'll be cutting the main neck first, and I'm going to cut the shoulder slope. Then I'm going to open it up and then cut out that part that I came down from for the off shoulder. Next up, I'm going to open this side up, and then I'm going to then fold the neck with 1/2 inch like that. Then I'm going to join the shoulders using the same method I taught earlier, and I'm going to then get my organza and cut it out for the design. So I've gone ahead to fold the 4 yards of organza fabric like that, leaving us with just the length, the initial net of the organza fabric, which is about 60 inches or 59. So I'm folding it so that it can be easy for me to cut. I'm then going to share it into 10. I'm going to then mark out 10, 20, 30, 40, because each of these organza pieces we're going to be using would be 10 inches. So when we fold it, it's just going to be 5 inches. After successfully doing that, we're going to go ahead to cut it out. So after cutting it, we're going to get about 6 pieces. I'm just going to keep one aside. I'll be using that for the top side. So I'm just going to fold it up like this, and I'm going to pleat it. So after joining the shoulder and folding the neck, I'm just going to fold it up like this. I'm going to ensure that both sides meet and are equal like that. Then I'm just going to make a curve at that sharp edge like that. This is so that when we are adding our ruffle design, it's going to be easier at the edge and it's going to lap well. So I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. After that, I'll open it up and I'm going to get ready for pleating. Next up, I'll get my organza pieces and I'm going to connect each of them together by joining both sides together. So please do this very carefully so that you don't end up joining wrong side and wrong side facing the right side. So when we join it, we're just going to ensure that we make sure one side is already the back, and we're going to join every one of them. We had about 5 pieces, so we're going to join those 5 pieces together. After doing that, I can then open up my Bubu gown, and I'm going to place it at the wrong side. Do you see the way I'm going to sew it? I'm sewing it like this at the wrong side like this. So please just take note of what I'm doing so that the hairs will be at the right side. The rough side will be at the right side. So we're going to start sewing at the wrong side. So just follow what I'm doing and you will get it right perfectly. So we're going to sew it straight and we're going to pleat it carefully like that at the wrong side. I will take that again. So please just don't confuse yourself, don't mix it up. We are going the wrong side. The roughness is going to be at the front first. It's just the same method we used for folding the shoulder, the same method I taught you initially. I'm just going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to sew so that the roughness will be at the front, then I'm going to sew it again so that the neatness, it will now be neat at the front, and then at the back it would have been well covered. So I've gone ahead to pleat it round. This was actually very time consuming, so it just needs a lot of patience. So after pleating it round, this is what the front looks like. So do you see that it's looking like I sewed the wrong way, but don't worry about it. So I'm just going to, this is the front actually, I'm just going to get my scissors and trim it as little as possible to be 0.25 inches. So trim it very well so that by the time we turn it to be sewing, we won't have the organza coming out. You know, one thing I love about this method is that when we weave our organza, it actually ends up scratching you, but using this method, I don't think it's going to scratch you. I haven't had any complaints from myself or from my customers. So just go ahead to trim it out with 0.25 inches. Just look at what I'm doing. Be careful so you don't cut out what you already sewed. Just bring it out carefully and trim it out like that. So I'm making it very small so that by the time we turn it over, it will not come out from the front, because this thing, if you don't make it as small as possible, by the time you stitch, because remember I told you that we're stitching it with double of what we have in front, so that it will be able to cover up all those hairs, everything that is there. So that is why I have to trim it out. So this is what I have after trimming it out. So do you see the way the front is looking? So I'm going to go ahead to just fold it like this to the back like this, and I'm going to ensure that I bring it out very well and carefully. Then I'm going to stitch with double of what I have in front. So that's, I'm stitching with half of an inch if we have 0.25 inches in front. So doing this, we're going to then get a neat finishing for the front and for the back. So over to the sewing machine. I just made a brief video so I can explain to you what it looks like. So I've gone ahead to fold this like that. Do you see? So I turn this over and ensure that there is no excess. Ensure that the tip, do you see the way I aligned the tip like that? I just hope you understand. And I'm going to then stitch on it so that, and I'm holding the plate so that we still have the same pattern there, it doesn't scatter. So do you see what it's looking like? So I'm just going to go ahead to push it out. Do you see the way I'm pushing it out? Please don't mix this up so that you don't end up not doing it the right way. And I'm going to stitch with half of an inch because we already trained it to 0.25. So just look at what I'm doing carefully so that you would get yours right too. Cool trips like this are very cheap on my channel. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, because you are missing a lot, like a whole lot, because I share tips like this on how to sew smartly and professionally without using much resources. So if you're a beginner and you're not following me, I don't know, but it's your loss. So just hit on the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions in the comment section, I am very much open to answer each and every one of your questions. So this is what it looks like. This is what the back is looking like. Do you see how beautiful it is? Do you see how neat it is looking? So this is what the front is also looking like. Do you see the way it is coming out neatly? Do this for your customer and you would leave him or her wondering, oh my goodness, how did she achieve this? So yeah, the next thing is to get the ruffles at the neck side. So I just got the remaining pieces of organzas we cut already, which was 10 inches. Then I joined the sides and I ironed it out in the middle like this. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to get it and gather at that midpoint. So ensure that you iron it out at the middle like that so you can get something neat and professional. So after gathering it, I'm going to just place it on the neck like that and I'm going to pin it out. So a little tip for you, I was able to achieve this exactly because I measured out what I have round the neck and then I ensured that my gathers is also the same measurement with what I have around the neck. So it was very easy for me to do this. So I'm just going to pin it down like that. So sewing this, mine was actually too full, so sewing this, you have to be very careful where you pin it so that you don't end up breaking needle. I actually ended up breaking up to like 3 needles while doing this. If you want, you can use your hand to just stack it or sew it, but I actually used my machine and a lot of needles were broken. But it's actually very beautiful when it is full, so you can make it as full as possible. But whatever you're doing, just ensure that you arrange out your ruffles very well so that it can look very neat. After sewing that to the dress, the next thing is to add your belt. I went ahead to make my belt, which is about 5 inches. So I folded it, the same thing I did, and then I ironed it out at the middle, and then I top stitch. After turning it, I top stitch at that side to cover it up. I did the same thing for the other piece, and I also did the same thing at the other side. And now it is finally time to add my belt to it. So I'm going to take my body measurement. I'm going to take my shoulder to waist measurement, but my shoulder is actually covered with ruffles, and it's going to be difficult to get that shoulder because there is going to be an excess if I calculate it like that from the top. Do you see the way it came up? So what I'm going to do now is to just take it at the side. Do you see what I did there? So just measure out your shoulder to waist measurement. My own case, mine was 17 inches. I marked it out, and then from that point I'm going to come up by about 4 inches or 3 inches if you want. Then from there I'll take my waist measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to remove about 2 inches from it for fitness. So I've gone ahead to mark it out, and this is where we're going to be adding our belt. So I'm going to place it like this, and I'm going to pin it down and sew. Please ensure that you take note of what I'm doing, because the belt placement is very important so that you can have a good result. That being said, I'm going to go ahead to do the one for the other side. So instead of starting your measurements from scratch, we're just going to check what we have at the other side, and we're going to trace it out so that we can use it as a guide to do it like that. So ensure that when you are sewing this, you're going to remove one part of this bubu and you're going to sew on it. It's just the front that is going to have it. So after joining it, the buttons, I'm just going to come up by about 2 inches like that, and then from that point I'm going to come up by 1 inch, and then from that point I'm just going to come in by 6 inches like that, and I'm going to mark it out, and I'm going to mark it down to any point that I want so that I can leave, but we're not getting it to the lowest point. Just take note of what I'm doing, just to an extent, so that I can move around freely. So this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do now is that at this point where I started the line, because we are not stitching this at the back, we're going to stitch it at the front so that we can have that butterfly look. So at this point I started the line. I'm going to just trace it out and mark it out, so by the time I turn it over I will be able to see that line there. So do you see what I'm doing? Just do the same thing there so that we can draw the same line again at the front. So I've gone ahead to turn it over, and this is my front. I got the line that was there and I'm marking it out. The next thing I'm going to do is to get my tape from that point and mark out 6 inches just like we did at the back. We're going to mark it out down to the extent that we want it for the freedom of our movement. Then after doing that, I'm going to mark a straight line and I'm going to just top stitch like that. So before I do this, I'm going to pin both front and back together so that it doesn't move around. So please ensure that you do that too. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you are interested in making things like buste and you don't understand the cutting method, just come to my channel. I explain every formula step by step and how to get straight stitch. You won't see this anywhere, so don't miss out on this opportunity.